Hey friends, welcome to our pre-full moon garden visualization in Leo, August 2025. Let's continue to build our healing garden as a group at some point within the 12 hours prior to each full moon, as DK instructed us, meeting him there and turning our garden into a shrine of consecration, and intending to offer our group as a vehicle, as an instrument of distribution for the love of hierarchy to be poured in selfless service to humanity. Let's gather in our garden. But before we do, let us align with our own soul. Let's raise our consciousness into the head, as high in the head as you can. Feel as if you're floating upwards. And now carry that consciousness upward through your astral body, which is now serene and tranquil. Then to the mental body, which is now focused and one-pointed. Then to the soul, by visualizing a lotus, fully open, scintillating with light and pulsating like a living heart, as a symbol of your soul body. And now place yourself right at the center of your lotus, realizing that you, the personality, and you, the soul, are now one in consciousness. And from that point, definitely and consciously, assume the attitude of the observer. Observe your personality below and visualize your etheric body and see energy flowing freely up and down the etheric spine. And now consciously throw soul energy down into the center at the base of the spine. And you may use indigo blue light if you don't know the color of your soul ray. And now, in your creative imagination, raise that light slowly up the etheric spine via the 5 centers, then up to the ajna, then the crown, and into your soul body. And say with conviction, knowing who you are, a soul inhabiting a mortal body. I am the soul. I am light divine. I am will. I am love. I am fixed design. And let us sound one own as if we were the soul in the presence of Master DK. Now let's enter into our sacred space. At the entrance of our garden, we stroll through arches of climbing roses, Master KH favorite flower. Clusters of flowers in abundance overhead, and you may choose the colors that you like. And let the roses gently caress your face as if welcoming you to this beautiful space as you walk under the archway and breathe in the delicate aroma of the cascading colorful roses percolating through the air. Small, lovingly trimmed emerald green bushes line the stony pathway, and hear the crunch of the stones under your footsteps. Along an embankment at the end of the archway, there are rows and rows of flowers, flowers of different hues and harmonizing tones of red and yellow and pink, white, all colors. And as we create these rows, we include our own favorite flowers. The blooms shed fresh petals on the path, creating a soft carpet for us to walk on, releasing their individual fragrances as we step on them. On the opposite side of the embankment, we see right in the middle of our space of harmony, a lighthouse, standing tall and strong, shining beams of light in all directions as a symbol of our united group soul. And as we assemble there quietly, we hear a choir of birds fill the sacred space with their clear and melodious notes, welcoming us to this unique space. A chorus of angelic voices sing a soft tune, accompanied by the sound of harps, divas gently strumming the chords. And sitting still around the lighthouse, we feel the gentle warmth of the rays of the sun. Feel them on your face, on your chest, and on your back, warming you up. In the background, the breeze softly swishing through the tall eucalyptus trees chants a melodic lullaby. These majestic trees cast their protective shadows on the grass as sunlight peeps through this peaceful garden. And it is fitting to have these tall eucalyptus trees, as DK tells us that the eucalyptus trees are one of the most advanced species in the vegetable kingdom. Around the lighthouse, we see a large, quiet pool of crystal clear blue waters. Flowing from the pool, we see rivulets as we hear the gentle trickle of water. We also see 3 wider streams of golden water flowing steadily, and across them are curved wooden bridges. In one area of the pool float lotuses of all colors in all stages of bloom. Some are in full bloom, revealing their gorgeous jewel, while others are just budding and barely showing their true color, but all reflecting their light in the healing waters below. Just beyond the pool, a hidden path leads us to a cozy and serene corner. A few chairs and a bench and a small fountain containing supercharged, vitalizing water, perfumed by a single floating lotus, create the perfect spot for an informal sharing of one's difficulties or words of wisdom. And there you can invite someone special or more than one person in that healing space. Inhale the perfume of the flowers, imbuing and permeating the air as everything in this garden quivers with livingness. In the distance, we hear the soothing sound of water, and we follow it. we come to a tranquil pool where cascading water gently hugs rocks as it joyfully spills in the blue pool below, while bubbles of spray ricochet spiritedly in the air. Lush ferns along the rocks, scraping in the water, enhance the serenity of the place, while the fiery brilliance of the orange and red leaves of surrounding trees brings warmth and invigorating energy to the area. In our mind's eye, we follow a pathway which leads to riverbeds. They are a riot of spring color, reds and creams and yellows and pinks, of such vibrancy, winding their way like a gentle living stream among the trees. A row of violet flowers on either side of the meandering bed happily follows the path of the flowers as they release their subtle perfume. Butterflies flutter through the air with their iridescent wings, attracted by the silent serenade of the blooms. They are like the flowers of the air, and their gentle and fragile wings are like floating petals, touching the light and twinkling like diamonds in the air. While buzzing bees surf the spaces from flower to flower, seeking pollen, which looks like scintillating golden pixie dust. We hear the gentle babble of the sound of the fountains reaching our ears. Lush green grass lines a gentle stream like a soft, velvety carpet, and feel the coolness of the grass. The air is full of the sweet fragrance of the flowers in full bloom, adorning the fringes of the streams in this tranquil garden, quivering with life. Now, this garden that we've just created is our garden, our group garden. But let's take a moment to add a little corner which has our individual touch. Add the colors, the unique features and flora of your own country that you'd like to blossom in this serene space. Let's now invite the presence and the cooperation of the healing devas working under the Christ and Master DK. The violet, the green, the white, the blue and the rose, and the white and gold devas. Let's visualize them in our garden, enlivening it with their magnetism. Sitting quiescent, our hearts beating as one. Let's link up with each other now as we say the healer's mantra aloud together with purity of motive, inspired by a loving heart. We offer ourselves for this work of healing, this offer we make as a group, and to our fellow men we seek to heal. As we have our outer eyes closed, we open our inner eyes, endeavoring to hold our mind unwaveringly in the group light. We know that Master DK too stands steady, pouring out upon us his love and strength, and endeavoring to lift us up into a higher state of consciousness. We are now receptive to Master DK's radiant energy. The light of the lighthouse, like a sun, begins to shine brighter and brighter, intensifying gradually. Soon this light begins to take shape and a definite figure appears. And in our creative imagination, it is Master DK's presence. Just as he promised. So from the lighthouse, waves of golden light stream through our group, irradiating the garden around us, imbuing it with a second ray of love and wisdom, lovingly bestowed by the sun, the triple ruler of Leo. Feel the Syrian energy of the will to love and the Leo will to illumine. Fill our sacred space. Fill our minds and hearts. And just like the droplet of water falls and becomes one with the ocean, let the wisdom of the Master's words percolate slowly in our consciousness, then ripple in the mental field, illuminating it and carrying love, healing, and life. August, which is ruled by Leo, is the month of the dog star, or of Sirius, which thus brings Sirius into close relation to Leo. And Leo, in the cosmic sense, apart from our solar system altogether, is ruled by Sirius. The influences of Sirius are focused in Regulus, which is a star of the first magnitude and which is frequently called the heart of the lion. Regulus is the brightest star in the constellation Leo and is one of the brightest stars in the night sky. Leo, the fifth sign of the zodiac, is the ultimate sign of self-awareness or self-consciousness. Leo is the focal point for the expression of the second aspect, the love wisdom or the consciousness aspect, and this primarily where humanity is concerned. In Leo, there is an almost unique condition whereby humanity is concerned, as the sun governs all expressions, exoteric, that is personality level, esoteric, soul level, and hierarchical, monadic level. Why is that so? Because the purpose of this solar system is the unfoldment of consciousness. And if, for the strictly human being, self-consciousness is the goal, then the sun must obviously rule. For it is the source of physical consciousness, exoteric and symbolic of the personality, of soul consciousness, esoteric, and of spiritual life, hierarchical. So cosmic love flows from Sirius to Leo and to our solar system. And the sun is the triple ruler of Leo, both exoterically via Jupiter, because Jupiter is the heart center of our solar logos, and esoterically the sun veils Neptune, as well as hierarchical as the sun veils Uranus. The sun via Jupiter as the exoteric ruler of Leo bestows its life-giving force onto our solar system, reaching our planet and all its kingdoms. its life-giving force reaches every corner of our planet, vivifying, stimulating, energizing everything its rays touch. Subjectively too, as esoteric ruler veiling Neptune, the sun strengthens, nurtures, sustains love within the human heart. And to the higher initiate, in whom the true nature of the spirit aspect begins to dawn upon his liberated, intuitive perception, the sun veiling Uranus as hierarchical ruler reveals the exquisite divine plan and union with the life of the whole. So see the rays of the Leo sun lovingly vivifying, stimulating, and energizing every part of our garden. Feel the radiance of the sun warm our hearts and illumine our minds. For the ordinary man, I am the word of the self-conscious, selfish, self-protective instinct of the I in the individual Leo, whose eyes are turned downwards towards gains of material life. But for the disciple, I am that, the word of the Leo subject, whose upward and inward gaze towards selflessness, self-sacrifice, and service to the whole is rapidly gaining the higher consciousness and preparing for fresh and universal expression in Aquarius. The esoteric healing law 4 stipulates the art of the healer is concerned with a lifting of the downward focused eyes onto the soul, the true healer within the form. So then let's see Master DK directing the energies of the Leo sun, flooding our garden with love and life of I am that, the Aquarian, universal or group consciousness. Aquarius being the polar opposite of Leo. The one soul identified with the whole, selfless and self-sacrificing. May it lift the downward focused eyes of those who seek solace in our garden onto the soul, the true healer within the form. Leo is one of the arms of the fixed cross, the cross of light. The effect of the fixed cross is to bring light and liberation. This can be clearly seen if we contrast the energies of the four arms of the cross as they are demonstrated by the men both before and after the long and drastic experience upon the cross. First, we have Taurus, the bull of desire, leading to the light of aspiration and knowledge. Second, we have Leo, the lion of self-assertion, leading then to the light of the soul. Third arm, Scorpio, the agent of deception, but leading to the light of liberation. And the fourth arm, Aquarius, the chalice of self-service, but leading to the light of the world. What are the effects of the three fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius? Playing through this cross, the fixed cross, all the time, and emanating from Leo are the fires of God, cosmic, solar, and planetary, producing purification, the intensification of the light, and eventual revelation to the purified man who stands in light. From Aries comes cosmic fire. From Sagittarius comes planetary fire. And from Leo comes solar fire. And each of these fires clears the way by burning for the expression of the three divine aspects: spirit, Aries, soul, Leo, and body, Sagittarius. So from Leo comes solar fire, which clears the way by burning for the expression of the soul. Leo being the sign, being a fire sign, is the preeminent fire sign at this time. The sons of mind, the self-conscious sons of God, are above everything else, the sons of fire. For our God is a consuming fire. There is in them that peculiar quality which can burn and destroy and so eradicate all that hinders their essentially divine expression. So DK tells us, bear in mind, therefore, the purificatory nature of fire. The keynotes of Leo sound out the notes of individuality and of true self-consciousness. In the truly developed self-conscious man, not only is direction, purpose, and plan present, but also a consciousness of the active agent of the plan and of action. Ponder on this, he says. Many people are convinced that they are self-conscious when they are only swayed by desire and are oriented towards the satisfaction of that desire, or when they recognize themselves as the dramatic center of their universe. Two more keynotes of Leo, and these are the will to illumine, which constitutes the driving urge towards self-knowledge, self-perception, intellectual positivity, and also the will to rule and to dominate, which is of such a controlling nature in this sign and such a subtle potency of the Leo type. In Leo, the self-centered man becomes eventually the soul in life expression and focused on the achievement of the spiritual goal of selflessness, becoming then the lion who seeks his prey. That is, it's the personality who becomes the captive of the soul. So in one section of our garden, let's place a statue, a magnificent statue of Hercules, wearing the lion skin as a symbol of his triumph over the Nemean lion and symbol of the strong, selfless, and loving soul in control of the self-assertive personality. Let his strength, fearlessness, and courage imbue the surrounding flowers and bushes, and thus inspire those who are heartened by our garden. The outstanding theme of Leo is the activity of the self-conscious unit in relation to its environment, or the development of sensitive response to surrounding impacts by the one who stands, as the sun stands, at the center of its little universe. The whole story and function of Leo and its influences can be summed in the one word: sensitivity. which can be studied in 4 stages. First, it's the sensitivity to conditioning impacts from the environment, that is, to the impact of the 3 worlds or the planes of consciousness, through the medium of the soul's vehicles: mental, astral, and physical. Second, it's the sensitivity to the will and wishes and desires of the personality. Third, sensitivity to the soul as the conditioning factor. And last but not least, the spiritual sensitivity of the God-man, that is, the soul and personality fused to the environment. DK tells us, I want you to have this innate spiritual sensitivity and this outer material sensitivity most carefully in mind. If you want to truly understand the influences of Leo upon human beings, as well as its influences upon the planet. And here's the operative sentence, very important. As throughout the universe, it's the soul which is the conscious, sensitive theme of the divine plan. Let's emphasize this. As throughout the universe, it is the soul which is the conscious, sensitive theme of the divine plan. The soul as the anima mundi, or the soul of the world, animating all forms of life below the animal kingdom. Then the soul as the animal soul, and the soul as the human soul, which is a still further expansion of the same sensitive factor, but augmented or stimulated by the principle of self-consciousness, plus awareness, whether it's conscious or unconscious, of the immortal or divine soul. And finally, the soul as the ego or spiritual soul on its own plane, the source of consciousness and the goal of all present evolutionary processes. When the liberated man begins the arduous task of conditioning it in relation to the divine plan and purpose, and at the same time to cultivating sensitivity to the higher impacts of those worlds which lead to the final goal. The 3 aspects of the sun produce eventually, at the final revelation and liberation, the full expression of the consciousness of deity. This can be called divine sensitivity, the universal mind, or the divine plan or purpose. These 3 aspects of the sun are the factors which bring consciousness to the birth and make the ultimate goal attainable. They make all forms of consciousness possible because these are rooted in the sun, symbolically speaking, and are an inherent aspect of the greater whole. The physical sun, the anima mundi, the animal soul, multiplicity. 2. The heart of the sun, the human soul and the divine ego, duality. And 3rd, the central spiritual sun, the divine consciousness, the will of the whole, the awareness of God, unity. So let's visualize our lighthouse standing strong and detached in the middle of our garden, symbol of our united group soul, with Master DK at the center, shining as a bright Leo sun, stimulating, energizing the sensitive soul within, and bestowing life-giving force and love to the heart of every blade of grass, every flower, every lotus, every tree, every molecule of water and of air of our garden. Let's feel that. And now that we have imbued our garden with the loving qualities of Sirius and Leo, sensitivity and divine purpose, as well as the life-giving energy of the sun, under the direction of Master DK, let's distribute as a united group soul these energies freely and selflessly to humanity. By visualizing a triangle of unconditional love and the will to good emanating from Sirius, Leo, and our solar logos. And superimpose this triangle on another triangle made up of the avatar of synthesis, the spirit of peace, and the Lord Buddha, powering the Christ at the center. See these two triangles fusing and blending to form one triangle of terrific potency. And now let's superimpose this radiating triangle on another triangle, on the soul triangle, consisting of the Christ, Master DK, and our soul group. Again, see these triangles blending, fusing as they merge and become one radiating triangle. And now let's superimpose these blended triangles on the etheric plane, on our group crown chakra, our group ajna, and our group alta major triangle. As it vitalizes the etheric body of humanity and of the planet. And now directing this dispelling radiance via our group ajna, right eye, left eye triangle. Let's place this blended triangle, impressing it over the 3 planetary centers: Triangle, London, Geneva, and New York. drifted home, carrying Syrian fiery love as we directed via the three planetary centers to the heart of humanity. Now let us say slowly, in a low voice, but saying it deliberately as we believe in the results. May the love of the one soul and the one life focused in this group radiate upon you, our fellow men, and permeate every part of your body, healing, soothing, strengthening, and dissipating all that hinders service and good health. And may the love and the life of Sirius Leo fill the hearts of all those who are touched by our garden. And may its magnetic and illuminating light draw men closer to hierarchy, back to his original source. And just like Christ says daily, does daily standing in under his great pine tree at sunset, with his hands uplifted and blessing over all those who truly and earnestly seek to aspire. Let's picture a great pine tree in our garden, and let's gather around the Christ, Master DK, and the Healing Ashram under this pine tree as we say the great invocations together as one. And let's intone these invocations as a group soul, saying them with intensity of feeling, in unison with hierarchy on the inner plane, as we grasp their significance and believe that they embody the will of our planetary logos. Let the forces of light bring illumination to mankind. Let the spirit of peace be spread abroad. May men of goodwill everywhere meet in a spirit of cooperation. May forgiveness on the part of all men be the keynote at this time. Let power attend the efforts of the great ones. So let it be, and help us to do our part. Let the Lords of Liberation issue forth. Let them bring succor to the sons of men. Let the rider from the secret place come forth, and coming save. Come forth, O Mighty One. Let the souls of men awaken to the light, and may they stand with massed intent. Let the fiat of the Lord go forth. The end of woe has come. Come forth, O Mighty One. The hour of service of the saving force has now arrived. Let it be spread abroad, O Mighty One. Let light and love and power and death fulfill the purpose of the coming one. The will to save is here. The love to carry forth the work is widely spread abroad. The active aid of all who know the truth is also here. Come forth, Almighty One, and blend these three. Construct a great defending wall. The rule of evil now must end. And let us sound the great invocation together. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth, and let us sound a blue Om. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. Let's sound a blue Om. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. And let's sound a blue Om. From the center, which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth, and let us sound a blue Om. Let us raise our clasped hands above the head and say, and so let it be, and help us to do our part. Bring them down to your forehead and let them rest gently on your heart. And may these energies of Sirius, Leo, and hierarchy flow silently but powerfully into your environment. O Lord of life and love, touch our hearts anew with love, that we too may love and give. And may the light of the garden of our souls be on the inner plane what the sun is to the gardens of the world, a life-giving haven, a place of soul strength, and a healing pool for many. Thank you, friends, for joining us. I would like to remind you of our special Sirius webinar tomorrow, Sunday, the 10th of August at 11 a.m. GMT. And as you know, DKT told us that in the new world religion, there will be a ceremony every year at the time of Sirius. Because Sirius is such an important aspect or in an important energy source in our planet in particular, let alone the solar system. So please join us tomorrow. And also I would like to remind you of our initiative that we have launched quite a few months ago during 2025, is to sound one Om of fiery love as a group, imagining that you're sounding it with your group and then directing it to the heart of humanity. Just one, at least, per day. Thank you so much, friends.
Nicole, there's no TOS today to follow?
No.
Okay,
No.
thank you.
Because we've basically done the same in our webinar today. Thank you, everyone.